Welcome to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW and NXT, and every Friday after SmackDown.
Tonight, it's Monday Night Raw.
It is Monday Night Raw.
Hello everybody. Hello, Life of John.
Hello, Nell. Hello, John Nell. Hello, Life of John. Hello, James.
That was a lot quicker than I was going to go.
Yes.
So, James, you said Raw was absolutely boring. No Becky, no women's matches. They were in Australia. Actually, that is true, but it is also not true. And I kind of want to talk about that. Some of them are in Australia, and others were there doing nothing. They sent Becky to ESPN in California for this women's event on Monday, like during the time frame of Monday Night Raw.
Well, you got to pick your priorities.
Well, okay, but that just seems dumb to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
To book your top women's star, to book her for an event that's during your show where people would expect to see her.
I agree.
That just doesn't make any sense.
When has WWE made sense, like, recently?
They haven't, so...
Yeah. The crowd brought the show down for me.
I agree. The crowd was not very good.
Hello, Export. Yeah.
It was like a really sucky crowd tonight. Like, really sucky.
Well, I think you're starting to see more and more of that with WWE.
It was, like, really bad, though, because I thought the show itself was decent.
Yeah, it was okay.
I didn't think the show was bad. I actually liked it. But, like, the crowd just didn't care. Like, it was just kind of a bummer. Because I thought there was some good stuff.
Well, again, I think that after this, after the Crown Jewel, hopefully some things start to change and we start to build some storylines and stuff. Because right now, a lot of it's building towards Crown Jewel, which
nobody cares about.
A lot of people aren't even interested in that. So
yeah, it's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland. What do you expect?
I knew Flair was going to pick Drew. So did I. I said that right before it happened.
Yes, she did. She actually said it before the show started.
I did. It wasn't the perfect crowd for Street Profits entrance. Sad.
No.
Agreed.
Definitely not.
So we start the show with Ric Flair coming out to announce that Drew McIntyre is his last member for Team Flair for Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Wow, that almost came out super confusingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be Drew. I just figured it was going to be him because he's been out with an injury for the last couple months, and I figured they were going to be bringing him back because I knew he was cleared. And so I just assumed it was going to be him because nobody else really made any sense.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only big name out there that it could have been.
Pretty much.
Isn't he?
They're really, unless they were going to bring some, like, try something else, like, with someone, and I don't know.
I think that he was the only option.
He was the only, yeah.
I mean, like, realistic option for where they're going with this.
Yeah, there was nobody else. But Ric Flair and his promos, man, I'm sorry. He just needs to stop.
So here's a question. Is he going to get clobbered by Hogan? McIntyre?
McIntyre?
The way he was, like, posing and making fun of Hogan after the match.
He could.
Is Hogan going to clobber him?
He could.
I'm just waiting for 2K20 to finish downloading. James, hasn't that been downloading for, like, hours? Didn't I see a post from you that said you were waiting for it to stop, or waiting for it to get done downloading?
Probably.
Like, I don't know.
But
I could be wrong.
I don't know. Ric Flair and promos at this point in time, I don't know what his deal is, but I just don't like them.
No.
They're not very good. They're all over the place. And it's like, why?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it either.
It's like he forgets what he's supposed to say and then just kind of makes it up as he goes along, but it's not good.
Ric Flair having fun with his promo. I think I think the one thing is, when you get that old,
you can't remember what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the problem.
I think you remember styling and profiling, and then after that, it's like, yeah, woo.
Styling, profiling,
woo! He said that so many times that
wheeling dealing.
Yeah. That's just part of what he says.
Pretty much.
He probably does that everywhere he goes.
Probably. And
Walks into McDonald's.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm a wheeling dealing son of a gun. I don't know.
Got you, James.
I just don't really care for Ric Flair coming out and doing promos anymore. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, then we got Drew versus Ricochet for Drew's first match back. Drew gets the win, and then after, Ricochet gets clobbered by Drew.
Yeah, what was the point of this?
I wonder if they're gonna pull a, hey, we gotta find another opponent type situation for Team Hogan, and they pick somebody else.
They might.
But I don't know who or why.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a good match.
I did too. I just don't know what we're doing with Ricochet now.
Yeah.
Whether he's actually going to be in the match or if he's not.
I would say he's gonna. Well, I suppose we do have next week that they could change it.
Yeah, we have Monday.
But then who would they put in it if...
I don't know. They do always have Friday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because, they can pull from either brand, apparently.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know.
I think there's a good possibility that they pull something like that.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because this is WWE.
Yes.
And so, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I mean, maybe they'll play the Ricochet angle as being hurt. Maybe they won't. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.
So, then after that, we got an OC interview just talking about their match with Street Profits later. And then we got a recap of the draft and kind of some hot picks that everybody should look out for. And it essentially talked about Buddy Murphy, Andrade, and who is awesome? Ali?
Yeah.
Somebody?
Yeah.
I think
so.
I think it was those three guys. I could be wrong.
How you doing, Zando?
So don't quote me on that. But I think it was Murphy, Andrade, and Ali.
I think so.
No, Aleister Black.
Yeah.
It was Aleister Black or Ali. I don't know. It was like some of the guys that they haven't used that they talked about being like, oh, hot picks in the draft. So, yeah, Ali is on SmackDown. I don't know. Ali, I was like, I don't even know who it was. It was somebody who started with the letter A. I think it was Aleister Black, though. Andrade, Buddy Murphy, and Aleister Black. I think those were the three people that were supposed to be hot picks in the draft. Woohoo. Lashley and Lana starting to
I forgot Humberto. Yes.
Yeah, they did. Because he's man, oh man, I got some stuff to say about him.
BFG was amazing. I actually watched someone that was streaming it on, well, they weren't streaming it, they had the sound on Twitch. And from the sounds of it, it sounded amazing.
I didn't sleep. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. Lashley and Lana is starting to really make me sick.
Yeah.
With this stupid storyline. Yeah, I have some things to say about that. I don't quite understand what we're doing.
I don't either.
But I'll talk about that in a little bit. Murphy and Black and Andrade. Those three. Thank you, Export. I knew I was close with a dude who started with the letter A.
Yeah.
Yush.
BFG was kick-ass. I got to pick an autograph with Janelle Dashwood. That's cool.
So, yeah, that was essentially what that was, the recap of the draft. And then we got Aleister Black I just ran Aleister, whoa, yellow. I just ran, why are we yellow again? Sorry, it just got really dark for a second.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything we can do.
No, I fixed it.
The lighting's playing around.
I fixed it.
I was going to say, Ace Austin won the X title, James.
So, Aleister Black, backstage, 20 minutes until 2K20.
James is already downloading his.
We bought the game, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. We bought the actual game.
Yeah.
Like a disc.
Yeah, we have a disc coming.
Why are we so yellow?
because I'm a yellow dude.
No, you're really not a yellow
Dark Fiend attacking incoming. It could be. It might be the Fiend coming here. Did Brian Cage retain? I didn't hear the
There.
Yeah, you did, James. Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought
No, stop going yellow.
it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Let's just
There.
turn the brightness up. That didn't help.
That didn't work. What happened with Seth tonight? I think Seth is on the verge of a meltdown. I think he's about to have a mental meltdown. How you doing, Martin?
A mental breakdown.
Behind you is me. It's Misako.
Man, why is this so weird?
Oh,
now
that
we're
works.
so dark.
Right there. Turn it that way.
I'm sorry. I'm
Turn the
trying
light.
to.
Turn the light. Do have nothing for Sarah Logan to do. No, I don't understand. You know, they could be putting some
Now
of them
we're
in.
dark.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay.
No, it's not okay. We're dark. And everybody's going, look, you're playing with the light. Just talk
Okay.
about the show.
Here we go. I think you moved.
When it's yellow, Maven looks like she has an Asian tan.
Thanks. I'd love to be tan, but I'm not.
I'm just, like, tan all the time, so.
Okay, it's a little better.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You look yellow. I don't. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
No, now I look yellow again.
that's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Don't look at yourself.
Stop!
Read the storyline. Stories. Read what everybody's reading or saying.
Sarah could join War Raiders, but, you know, WWE is stupid, so...
Yes, I agree.
What happened in the background?
I changed it out, James.
Yeah,
I
you moved
actually
it to
put,
the
if you
corner.
notice, I got the little Wrestle Story
right
thing in the corner, and I put that there.
There.
And I just have a black background right now.
Because he's messing with stuff.
Yeah. We're actually going to probably be moving our setup here in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Sooner
Hopefully
than that.
next week.
Hopefully sooner than that.
How you doing, Justin?
What's up?
Yeah,
we're moving to more of like a lifestyle background.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cool, and you'll just have to come back to see it.
Yeah, there'll be a different background here soon. So, you know.
No, I like to look through your soul with the old background. No, this is just temporary because we're fixing things.
Yeah. We'll be moving some things and like I said, there'll be some changes coming. Positive changes.
Yes.
So, where?
Aleister Black.
Where are we moving to? Is that what James is asking? I'm not sure what he's asking.
So we're in a basement right now.
Yeah, we're in our basement right now.
We're moving upstairs.
We'll be
It's
moving
going
upstairs.
to be my former bedroom because
Yeah.
I'm moving downstairs.
Maven is moving downstairs, and we're going to move this setup upstairs.
Yep.
And
And
like I
it's gonna
said,
be really cool.
we won't be using the green screen.
Nope.
What's up with the black screen? Everybody's asking that. I just put a black screen behind us.
Yeah, it's just different because we're a work in progress.
There.
So there it is.
How's that?
Everybody likes that better. Jeez. Looking through our souls. As John said.
Yeah.
Look through our souls. No, can't even. There it is. It's behind us.
Yeah, we got the. There you are.
Do you guys
How's
see
that?
it?
Maybe you get the basement. Nice. I like the basement.
I do too. I like the basement too. I used to live in the basement, and then I got moved upstairs, and then I like the basement better. It's got a nice closet.
Black
say
now
that.
should have been established. Yes, I agree. Export.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Is he talking about Aleister Black, or is he talking about our black background?
He could be talking about both.
I'm not sure which he's talking about.
Who knows?
I live in my closet.
I could
That's
live
funny.
in my closet too because it's quite big. It's not that big. It's like a rectangle, a very small rectangle.
Yeah.
But you know. So, Aleister Black.
Yeah.
But now you need to wear a transparent shirt. They want to see your the NXT shirt. That's the one that gets the glowing through it. That's funny.
I've got a couple shirts I can wear that can do that.
So anyways, Aleister Black, he's backstage and he's cutting a promo about wanting a fight again. Well, we go to commercial break and we come back and Aleister Black has a fight, but it's with a chopper. I don't understand this. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't get it. Does anybody else get it? Because I sure don't get it. Like, whoa. Look, you can see through my fingers now. Does that work for you, Life of John? You can see through my nails. They have green on them. Look at that.
Did you hear about Randy Orton? Ashley Janelle, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Do you know who the dark match was tonight? I do not know.
Fiend versus Seth in a cage match, I think. Yay, transparent nails. See? There you go. You can see through my soul vibe somewhere. There it is. See? They're actually green, but they're transparent. So,
yeah.
That's cool. Aleister Black is fighting a jobber. Aleister Black gets the win. This is stupid. Do you agree?
Yeah.
This is stupid. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
What is the purpose? You did the same thing with Viking Raiders.
Maybe they're
probably because you had nothing planned for them.
Question: my PS4 is in standby mode. Does that mean 2K20 is downloaded? It should still be downloading if it's in standby, I believe.
I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask him.
I'm pretty sure that it should still be as long as it's in standby mode. I'm pretty sure it should still be downloading.
Months and months of jobbers. Exactly. So I hope they don't do the same thing to Aleister Black. Because it will do nothing for Black.
No.
Export, you're right. It's not going to do anything for him. And I hate when commentary says, oh, yeah, what a standout match. Whoa, Aleister Black is so established. I'm like, no, he's not. He was fighting jobbers. And why?
He could be feuding with Randy Orton. He could be feuding with anybody. And it would probably be better. How was Raw? It was okay.
I thought it was good.
It was solid. Shelton got on some good points. Yeah,
we'll
I thought he did a good job.
We'll talk about that. I'll share my thoughts. So yeah, Aleister Black gets the win. Who cares? Nobody cares. King's Court with Rusev. This was, oh boy, what a segment. So first off, AJ Styles for United States champion. Rusev comes out.
Wasn't he the United States champion at one time?
He is the United States. Who?
AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, he's the current United States champion. Does anybody recall that? Anybody recall him being the current U.S. champion?
It's always a commentary when they overhype a wrestler.
Exactly.
Yes. But I believe KO is going to be feuding with AJ. I do too. I think that's kind of what. Well, I thought that's what they were going to do with this whole match, was bring out Kevin Owens, and then they waited till the end to do it.
Yeah, AJ is the current U.S. champ, the current US champ.
Does he ever defend it?
Not recently, no.
Nah, it's been a while.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Not looking forward to that feud. Didn't work the first time.
Bring Tom Phillips to Raw, for God's sakes. Not gonna lie, Dio is growing on me. Dio Madden.
He's not bad.
He's growing on me, man. I think he's getting better, and he's growing on me.
Yeah, I mean, he's. I think he's good. Well, and I think that's a lot of it. You have to. Utilize him, and I think the more you see him, the better. I think the more people will like him.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah. I get it, yeah. So, King's Court with Rusev. Dio is a weeb, so I automatically like him. What?
Dio is a weeb, so I automatically like him.
Does it? What?
Maybe have you lost your mind?
Yes. No. Yes, no. It depends on the day. So, King's Court with Rusev. Man, oh man, we've been trying to talk about this segment for 5 minutes now. So, Rusev comes out and, Lawler just kind of like asks him. He's like, hey, man, what are your thoughts on this whole Lana Lashley thing? The whole time this is happening, Lawler is getting what chants? Rusev shuts those what chants down.
How you doing, Clark?
He goes, Rusev is like, hey, guys, come on. He's a Hall of Famer. Come on. You don't need to want him. And they stopped. No one ever does that, and I wish they would. Because sometimes they just get straight up annoying.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Weeb is basically a guy who likes anime. Well, you learn something new every day. I didn't know that. Cool. So,
New
after
vocabulary all the time.
After that, Rusev says, it's all Lashley. He's poisoning Lana's brain. He says, Lana, I hope you come back to me. Lana and Lashley show up on the screen. Lana says, you probably don't recognize this restaurant. Oh, wait. You don't, because you never took me here. Rusev, it was my life's dream to come here, and you never did it. Now, Bobby takes me wherever I want. Rusev gets asked by Jerry what he thinks. He says, I'm going to deliver a message personally, because I know exactly where they are. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you two. So,
Jerry asking questions like a baby playing with his feet, trying to figure out right from left.
Bobby Lashley using brainwashing? Exactly. How is Seth versus Humberto? We'll get to that, little fettuccine.
We'll tell you in a minute. Or 20.
So, I don't know. This is just not good. I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt to begin with, but no, it's just bad. It's like, come on. We don't have anything else? Nothing else for either guy? At all? Come on, guys. I need the end for this storyline.
This storyline needs to end. It's ridiculous.
Like now.
I don't like what they're doing with it. I don't like the angle they're taking with it.
Nope.
And
it's just stupid at this point. Like, why?
Little Fettuccine, I said the same thing like a week or two ago.
Okay, at least Lashley was on TV. Yeah, at this point, it's not worth it.
Yeah. I think they need to do something with him.
That isn't this.
Yeah. Bobby must have figured out that good old MK ultra brainwashing thing. Yes. Jerry was so scared that Rusev was going to attack him.
I don't know, man. It was just not good.
No.
This whole thing is just not good.
No, and I think it's got to end, and it's got to end soon. Going into watching the Edge Christian ladder match from 2001, I heard that the match was more of a brawl than a technical match, and I agree with them. Well, the match was very good. It wasn't as good as their previous 3 ladder matches and their previous 3 TLC matches.
So, yeah, this was just kind of like, bleh. Like, who cares? So.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about Rusev and Lana and Lashley later. So, next we get Andrade versus the returning Sin Cara. Okay, first, did anybody see that video on Twitter of the Sin Cara entrance in 2K20 or something like that, where he, like, completely, like, missed the, what is that? The bounce pad thing that he jumps on to get in the ring. And he just went, like, blah, 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 and, like, completely tripped on it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Anybody else see that video? It was hilarious. So, yeah, Sin Cara returns. Who cares?
Yeah, the next pay-per-view, Little Fettuccine, is the Crown Jewel Saudi show.
And then after that, I believe it's Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
The Edge Christian feud ended in a steel cage at Rebellion 2001, a pay-per-view that happened on my 12th birthday. That's cool. The botched masked luchador is back with more botches.
I don't know why we made a big deal about Sin Cara returning only to have him lose. Like, I don't get it.
Well, let me ask you this. Why make a big deal out of Sin Cara in the
returning
first place?
at all?
It's not like, he's been like a big star and just like all of a sudden came back and is looking to get back into it.
Exactly. I don't know. I just don't think this is like worth all the hype they put around it.
No.
They should be building to Survivor Series, not Saudi. Saudi should be treated like a house show. I kind of agree.
I agree. I don't
all
understand.
The Saudi matches all the Saudi matches are like just MMA and UFC based.
Well, here's what I will say.
So what's
okay?
the purpose?
Since we're going to talk about this right now, Rusev's going to kill Bobby Lashley.
Probably.
Yes, I believe so. I think this whole Saudi thing has been built up more than a lot of the pay-per-views that are here in the States.
Which is sad.
I think that they just rushed into a lot of the pay-per-views this year. There was no, sense to some of the things that they did with some of the pay-per-views, and it was like they just wanted to rush through it. And now this Saudi show, they've been building it now for what, 3 weeks?
Probably
right?
Longer than that.
4 weeks?
Yeah.
So I think ultimately, what Vince is saying is money talks, and all that's important to him is money. He already knows he's going to have people from here in the States watching, so he's already got that taken care of. And until we just have a complete backlash from the United States people, saying that we're not going to any shows, I don't think that he's going to change anything that goes on here.
No, probably not.
The funny thing is, there's
a 5
vs. 5 on Crown Jewel. While after that pay-per-view, they have 3 weeks before Survivor Series, and they got to build another 5 vs. 5. I know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
So, yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. So Andrade gets the win. It's pretty obvious. During the middle of this match, they flash to the back, and we see Humberto Carrillo, who's watching it, from that odd angle of... Yeah, nice match. Cool. Love that angle that they take when they're filming people backstage watching stuff.
WWE main roster needs to take notes from NXT, AEW, and Impact. Why is the Saudi issue even a thing? The contract they have with them is stupid. Forget the money. What about the fans?
Exactly.
I 100% agree. But money talks.
Vince has
and when money
plans.
talks, it kind of, ruins a lot of things.
Pretty much. So, we get a Humberto Carrillo interview next. And he says, when you fight Andrade, you have to fight Andrade and Zelina. He goes on to say that they're awesome, and I have no doubt that Andrade will be Universal Champion one day. But not if I beat him first. Or beat him to it first. He said, if I did, I wouldn't be the kind of champion that plays with fire like Seth Rollins. So, in that promo, I will say he did bobble just a little bit. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because this was his first time being on Monday Night Raw. And it's probably just nerves.
Yeah.
And I would be nervous too if I was debuting on Raw.
Yeah, definitely.
Like tonight. So, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I do think it was a good promo aside from the couple times where he sort of bibble-bobbled his words a bit.
Yeah. Money is not the root of all happiness, but can't tell Vince McMahon that. Yeah. Although I think that if he would do things right, money would come here in the States.
I think money does come from here.
Well, it does, but if, as far as money goes, I think that if they would, have good storylines and make it interesting.
They could, but 99.9% of the time, they still get huge crowds at their shows and stuff. Well, they do. So, if he wants to complain about money being an issue, how can he? Because, it's not like nobody's coming to his shows.
Yeah.
There's still, thousands of people that show up.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I think it's just Vince McMahon being greedy.
Pretty much. The shot on Rollins was nice. Yes, definitely. Zelina Vega turn on Andrade and go with Aleister Black. Possibly. Charlotte Flair go with Andrade. I don't see that happening. Just because Charlotte has her own career going.
Yeah.
I don't see them ever going with each other. Humberto did more high spots than Andrade. Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Most of their money comes from that Saudi. They get it $10 to $50 million from that each year. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge
And if they
pay.
do them twice a year.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge pay.
It's a lot of money. Carrillo does speak fluent English,
he does speak
which
fluent
helps
English.
him a lot. I think that did help him a lot in this promo, which I thought was good. So yeah, I mean, I liked this promo. I thought it was good. I thought it was I don't know. I think this guy could have a shot at being big.
Yeah, I think so too.
So to speak. I think he cuts a decent promo, and I think he's really good in the ring.
I agree.
And he's different from everybody else.
I like Humberto too.
So he got the shot at Seth Rollins in there, which kind of sets it up for later in the evening, which we'll talk about. But next we get Street Profits promo backstage. They tell us they're main eventing Raw, and they trash on OC. Oh, this was so good.
Yeah.
I love how they just kind of played up everything that OC had said earlier when they did their promo. And, they were like, oh, all the mothers love us. I just thought it was so good.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought it was good.
I mean, the way the Street Profits do a good promo, though. So, it's not like it's anything new with that.
I feel like I should put mother loving at the beginning of every statement that I say about OC.
Yeah.
Just because it's so good. Do they have that on a t-shirt yet? Because they should. Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, whoever came up with that, whoever thought of that, genius.
Yeah, I think it was good. Definitely good. It's going to be I thought it was supposed to be a 6-man tag, too.
I did, too. I thought it was supposed to be a 6-man tag.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was going to be Gallows and Anderson versus Street Profits.
I think they even promoted
AJ
maybe they just said
at ringside, and
yeah, I was going to say maybe they just said they were going to have their special
person.
The question mark guy.
The question
was going to be
the question mark guy. That was their mystery partner.
Yeah.
For anybody who was curious, it was the question mark guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thought he was going to be their partner, but apparently not. Street Profits are my boys. Yes, they're really good.
Very good. So after that, we got...
And it's about time that they actually got ring time. And not just talking.
Agreed. So then we got R-Truth backstage. He's sneaking around backstage, and he gets jumped by the Singh brothers. The Singh brothers are the new... Okay, well, the one Singh brother is the new 24/7 champion. I don't know which one it is.
Nobody knows.
So, one of them.
It's the Bolly Boys or Bollywood Boys or whatever they call themselves.
So, yeah, we had that. Then we got Viking Raiders versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Oh, who cares? We've seen this match about 90,000 times.
Yes, but at one point in time, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, weren't they tag team champions?
Yes, that was when this match happened.
Yes.
Wait, I think. See, this was back when I thought the Viking Raiders were going to be the ones to take the belts off of them.
And then they weren't.
And then they weren't. Then they were put up against jobbers after they fought them a couple times. And then I don't even know who Zack Ryder...
The Jobber Boys.
Exactly!
Survivor Series should be a lethal lottery, and the winning teams for the classic elimination matches move on to a battle royal for number 1 contendership. That'd be cool. But that'd be thinking outside the box, and WWE doesn't do that right now.
Sorry. I'm sorry. So then we got Ray. Oh yeah, the Raiders won that match for anybody who didn't assume that was the outcome. It was. So next we got Rey Mysterio. He's essentially talking about Kane and the Saudi show next week. And after that, Heyman shows up and says Brock will beat the ever-living crap out of Kane. Well, actually, he didn't really say that, but I just kind of reworded it the way I saw fit. So, yeah, that's what
Let's
he said.
just stick with it. He said he's going to beat the living crap out of him.
No, the ever-living
crap out of him.
Out of Kane. Ray stops him and says, "You get this through your thick head." And then Ray yells at him in Spanish, and I had no idea what he said. And then Shelton Benjamin shows up, and Shelton says, "You know what? You want to talk about Kane and your son and family? Well, guess what? I'm Brock Lesnar's family. I was his roommate in college, and I trained him in college, and blah, 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 blah. He's my family. So, if this is the way this works, I'm going to see how it works. Come down, and we beat Rey Mysterio up, and we get championship opportunities." He pushed him around a bit. He pushed him once, and he was like, "Oh, look, that's an Intercontinental Championship opportunity. Oh, U.S. title? WWE Championship? Universal title. Oh, yes. I got a Universal title shot. Woohoo."
I thought it was good.
So then he was like, you don't have anybody out here to protect you, so let's have fun and let me beat you up, Ray. And Kane then shows up. This was not good. Okay, whatever happened here was not good. This was not good. Kane comes out, and it was like he fought, but didn't try, and didn't look very good.
Yeah.
Sean should get more TV time. I kind of agree. And man, oh man, he's got a bopping theme song.
Yeah.
Like, it's good.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is with Cain Velasquez. But I am not impressed.
No.
Nah, not at all.
I don't like the whole storyline. If they'd brought him in and had him, like, build up, and they could have brought him in as a masked man and wrestled some.
So you never know who he was?
Yeah, and then he, you know, I don't know. They could.
It was a bit awkward. Yeah. Very awkward. It was like
like this whole thing with him. I think they could have done this a lot different.
It was just not good. Cain throwed the baby hand shots on Shelton.
Yeah,
pretty much. It was like legit. Like,
yeah, don't hurt me.
Like that was like accurate to what it was.
Yeah.
I don't get. Well, the story is Brick attacked Familia. Yeah, Brick.
Yeah.
I like Brick. I like Brick better than Brock.
Yeah.
Can we keep it that? Brick Lesnar? He's a brick.
Go back
He's
to
as
James.
Dumb as a brick.
We'll stick with Brick.
I like Brick.
I predict AOP to dethrone the Viking Raiders. Yeah, that would not shock me, James.
I could see it happening. I was kind of thinking that when I was watching the match. Honestly.
I would have preferred Lucha to come out. Yeah, Lucha Cain to come out. Yeah, well, they need to do something. Hey, he should have come out I think that when they started this whole thing, they should have had him in a mask.
Yeah, this is
and had him fight some other people before he went after Lesnar. And I think it would have made the storyline more interesting.
Brick and Corbin.
Yes, yep. Brick and Corbin.
The
new tag team.
Brick and Corbin.
Should War Games move over to Survivor Series this year? We're still on NXT third year for Undisputed Era and War Games. Doesn't sound appealing.
No, they should say AOP versus War Raiders at WrestleMania 36.
Here's a question: why don't they do a cross promotion for one of these?
Too stupid.
Like have NXT SmackDown, NXT in the main roster at one pay-per-view.
NXT and Raw and SmackDown, they're all the same.
Yeah, I mean all of them. Just have everything at one show, and I think it would make it interesting.
Agreed.
They should save AOP versus War Raiders at WrestleMania 36. I would not be shocked if they don't do that. I mean, that I could see that easily happening. Undisputed Era is going to be in War Games because that's their playground. Yeah, I agree. Which is, I think they need. I would love to see them do the cross promotion thing.
Yeah, Brick and Corbin, Brick Lesnar.
Yes.
And King Corbin.
Yeah, Burger King Corbin.
King Corbin.
It'll probably be Undisputed Era versus Finn, Velveteen, Johnny, and Tommaso.
I think we said it was Burn Corbin.
Yeah,
Burn Corbin? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Burn Corbin.
I was having Becky Withdrawals Raw. Was absolutely trash without her. James, just think, in a couple hours, you'll be able to play 2K20 as Becky.
It did suck, though. There were no women's segments, which, was not good. That doesn't get your women across if you're not putting the women on TV.
I agree.
And I feel like Raw's women's division is pretty weak.
Well, when you're limited on women,
okay,
I think it makes it tough.
When they put themselves in that situation to begin with, I know that they sent a whole bunch of them to Australia for the Australian tour, which is fine. That's cool. But, if you know that you're going to have women gone, then don't send your superstars who are in the States to an event during your show.
I agree.
That just seems stupid. If you already know that you are going to, be missing people, why would you send more people out so then you have more people missing? You got to make up for the people that are gone.
Yeah.
It just seems stupid.
Yeah. It does seem stupid.
So why send Becky to the ESPN event?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I get why we did it, but that just seems dumb.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think you have to. I would like to just go to a women's show.
I don't.
I do.
I mean, I think it'd be fine.
I mean, if you want that promoted, then you need to go to a women's show.
But are people going to solely go to watch it? That's my one worry, is if people like, would watch it.
I don't think you're going to get the crowds that you get at Raw and SmackDown, but
no, which is why I think they should keep. No, but this is why I'm saying
type crowds.
I know, but that's at Full Sail, and that's in a smaller venue, and
okay, but they're going to move. There's talk of them moving around, so
okay, well there is, but right now, because it is WWE and they're stupid, pretty much.
I agree. I mean, it's. I don't understand why. Why would you not put out? I mean, how you doing, Shane?
Shane,
it's been a while.
What's up, man?
I do not understand why they don't put the women out there and like I said, create the women's show.
Okay, I can say this now. It's the best Shane in the world. Because there is no other Shane.
Put Bubba Lashley and Tomato Ciampa.
Yeah, sure. Should make those.
Forget Becky. I want to play Rhea versus Shayna. Yes.
What did I miss? Can we start over? Yeah, you haven't missed much. But just like, King's Court and
you missed
Aleister Black fighting jobbers and Ric Flair cutting horrible promos and Humberto Carrillo doing an excellent interview and Street Profits and R-Truth and Viking Raiders, and that's about it.
Here's the one thing. They did put some people on that aren't normally on tonight.
Which I think was good.
So I think that, as far as trying to put other people out there, I think they did a good job of this. They gave Humberto Carrillo, put him out there so people could see him. Street Profits, they put them out there finally outside of just talking. They put him in a match.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to help. And this is what I was saying, about if people want to take time off, they could have people take time off and have some of these other wrestlers that they never use, put them out there. Let them see
Raw.
it.
I agree. I think it was a good Raw.
I thought it was solid.
Right now we're talking about the lack thereof women tonight on the show. Now, I think...
Or the fact that there weren't any women?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. You just said lack thereof women, like there was one or two that showed up, but...
No, there weren't any.
None?
But, no, I don't know. I don't know if having a woman... just doing a women's show, I don't know if... Yeah, Zelina was... Zelina, see? Lack thereof
I messed up.
I told you. I was right. I'm always right. Hashtag... Maven's always right. No. I don't know if giving the women their own show is necessarily going to be the best thing, just because if it's not on a network and it's not out there where people are going to happen to come across it that aren't just WWE fans. Hey, Elijah, what's up? Or, I don't know if putting it on the WWE network is going to be a good idea either, because at this point, NXT UK is the only thing left on the WWE network, and I've kind of forgotten about that. Now I understand they're not booking it the best right now, but, it's the one show that isn't on, mainstream TV.
Well, the issue with NXT UK has is because a lot of their wrestlers have come to NXT.
And I understand that, and I get that. They have kind of booked themselves into a predicament because they don't have the best stuff right now, which I get.
And I've seen a lot of...
forgotten about NXT UK, and so, I don't necessarily know if giving the women their own show would be, on the WWE Network, I don't know if that would be the best thing, because I think they're going to get less exposure and not have as many people watching them solely for that reason.
Well, let me ask you this. And this goes out to anybody. What kind of exposure do they get now?
I mean, understand they don't get much exposure now, but what I'm saying, right, outside of when they don't have any women on Raw, it's I can't even, it's just crazy, and it's weird because there should be the women out there,
Yeah.
So when they aren't on there, it's odd and different, and people here are oh, there weren't any women on the show, and it was really obvious. Even with all the extra stuff and all the new people on there, everybody's yeah, there weren't any women on the show.
Well, they don't promote them. I mean, outside of your couple, and we've talked about this before, outside of your few, they don't promote any of them. And if you're not going to promote, and I understand, that with some of them, the wrestling may not be the best, but if you're not going to put them out there and let them get out and perform, then they're not going to have the opportunity to get better. And I think that, I'll use Lacey Evans as an example. I think she's improved in the ring. And I think a lot of that is because they kept putting her out there. She got the experience to perform in front of big crowds, knowing that she's going to be on TV with, you know, 1 million people watching. I just think that there's no promoting any of them right now, and I think that hurts them.
They're also building the Crown Jewel, which sucks for the female talent, which is why I think Crown Jewel as a whole, for being a pay-per-view, I think it's stupid.
Yeah, well, and
why?
That's just it.
Because you don't have all your superstars there. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Going back to answer some of these questions, AOP with the boring promos, yes, definitely. No, it hasn't been a good year for the women. Last Friday's SmackDown was mostly women. It was, but I didn't get the feeling that they were really promoting anything that was going on. Like a pay-per-view or a weekly. I'd like to see like a weekly show with the women. And put all the women together, because there's not enough women. If you have some women get injured, then you run into an issue of like trying to have matchups and things like that. And I would love to see them just go into one show and have their own show. So then they're being promoted, they are out there, and then you could throw a match or two in with the pay-per-views that you have throughout the year.
Which I think would be cool and fine. I just don't know if they're going to get the exposure that they're getting right now.
And like Shane said, they are building to the Crown Jewel, which sucks for the female talent. Yes, it does. The women's division is somehow worse after the draft, to be honest. Honestly,
I agree. I think the Raw women's division is pretty weak.
But I think they didn't have a lot of options with it because of what
I get that. But there were so many women that they didn't even include in the draft because they were injured or whatever. Or just out for whatever reason or another. Like, so I just don't even, like, they didn't even, like, include the women in the draft, which kind of sucked. And, like, there weren't even that many to be drafted. And so, like,
Well, here's a question. James, I know that you watch, is it the WoW?
Yeah.
Is that right? WoW Women of Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
If WWE had a show, would you watch it?
Of course James would.
When is Ronda coming back? I would guess probably right around WrestleMania. Maybe right before, as we get closer to build something up to it. Mm-hmm. Injuries really hurt the draft, female talent-wise.
I know. They didn't draft Ember. They didn't have Ember in the draft pool because she has, like, an injury with her ankle or something. Naomi is out right now, and I don't know where she's at. Naya's injured. Who else is injured? Let's just look, shall we?
Ronda back at Rumble.
I could see that. I could see Ronda winning the Rumble.
So, you know, would anybody else watch if they just had a strictly women's show and had all the women like together? You know, would you, anybody that's out there in chat, would you watch a women's show?
See, I'm not saying.
Maybe it wasn't open for Raw. It's stupid to have a Raw without Becky or Charlotte unless you're injured. Again, I think, you know, you spread yourself thin with what you have.
Save us, Liv Morgan. Yes.
So
see, I'm not saying that I wouldn't watch it, because I would, just because I like the women's division, and, like, I like the women's division. But I just don't know if the casual fan would.
Maybe it was like morning show on FX1. I think that the casual fan would catch on to it.
I do, but I think to start with, I just don't know.
Especially if you had, like, Ronda Rousey out there on the show.
Probably, but I just don't know if they... I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't know if it would go over the best.
And that's the big issue you have with the women, is you get a couple that are injured, and then you're in trouble. Naomi is that because they have nothing for her, is what they told her, and the Usos. Yeah, I mean, right now, which doesn't make sense with Naomi, because you could always probably come up with something for the women, just because there's not a lot of them that are being used.
See, another thing is Raw got Alexa and Nikki taken from them. Two valuable women that they can use right now, and they moved them to SmackDown.
I would all day and every day and twice on Sunday. Raw and SmackDown women have no... Martin, you deleted it! I feel like women's show would suffer 10 times than 205 Live to be.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. is I just don't know how well it would go over to be an all-women show. I don't know how many of the casual fans would want to go and watch it, especially if it's not on a network that everybody has. Like, if it was on the WWE network, I just don't know, because look at NXT UK right now. I understand. Exactly. It can't be on the network. That's the one thing, if they were to do it, it can't be on the network. Because I don't think people are going to watch it if it is. Look at NXT UK right now. Look at 205 Live. I understand both of them. People just aren't really interested in 205 Live, but they haven't really booked it right. And the same thing with NXT UK. It was hot for a while, but now it's just kind of cooled down, and nobody really likes the storylines.
Again, because...
And I understand that they've taken talent. But
you've taken everybody away from them.
I get it, and I understand that. But they still have people that they could work with that are bigger. You know, they have Piper Niven, they have Jazzy Gabbard, they have, who else? Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan
Plus,
Webster.
it's not like wrestling right now isn't enough already.
Like, I just don't know. They have NXT UK and 205 Live. They're not doing well on the network. And all the other shows that are on networks that are out there, you know, USA, Fox, like... they're out there where people will see them.
Well, here's the thought.
And that's why I just don't know if the women's show would go over as well as you would hope it would, because it's on the WWE network.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's keep Raw at 3 hours. I would watch it. Speak for yourself.
I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it. I would watch it, but I just don't know if the casual fan would.
Raw, the first hour of Raw, is nothing but the women.
See,
and you throw them all in, and you have like 3 or 4 matches with the women, and it's kind of their own deal for the first hour of Raw.
I was thinking, but not really. I was thinking maybe you need to do something with the women, like every hour, have something in there somewhere where you can get some story across. The
pop that Liv Morgan will get when she returns.
Yeah, John had to put that in there 3 times.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. We'll do Saturday Night
Sirens. I mean, they could do something. I mean, something. I'm sure that if they brought Ronda Rousey in, Fox would jump all over it.
Okay, but
they might put it on FS1 or something like that. But they're going to jump all over it and go, okay, let's put this on.
Okay, which would be put out there more. I get that. But if Ronda wasn't on the show and Ronda didn't come back, it's not. I don't think it's going on. It might.
But again, they haven't tried to build their talent.
No, but you're all saying this like right now. If they were to stop everything today and say, hey, we're going to make a women's show, would anybody who is a casual fan go watch it? I don't think so. If it's on the network.
Okay.
I don't think so. Just because I don't think it's going to be put out there enough to have people want to watch it.
But I think if you're going to try and build it...
I would love to watch a women's show. I just don't know. I just
like the way... If you're going to try to build it and make the women's division worth anything, I think you have to combine all the women onto one show.
Yeah, but then we have like something, like 2 completely different things, and then you really aren't going to have who's your top star of the company as a whole.
We'll be here, Life of John.
Like, because we have Raw and SmackDown now, and you see the male talent and the female talent all on the same show, and you can kind of see who they're... counting on as being their big star overall as a whole of the whole company. And if you have 2 separate shows, you can't really look at that anymore because you have, okay, who's our top talent on the women's show and who's our top talent on the men's show. Which I think, what do they do now? They stopped the whole thing of like, oh, they're all just superstars. You know?
I mean, right here, we've had, like 5 or 6 people that have said...
Which I get it.
They would definitely watch it.
I get it. And I get it, and I think some people would watch it. But I just don't think they're going to get the ratings and the views that they would want for a show dedicated to the women.
Well, if they're expecting 2 million people to watch it, no.
So, like,
but I think over time, I'm
just trying to be realistic. And the way I see it is I just don't think it's going to get watched by, like, casual fans.
Then here's the thing. People can't complain when all it is Becky, the 4 horsewomen, and Ronda Rousey.
Wait, what do you mean?
You can't complain when they're not pushing anybody else if that's all they're going to do.
About
if they sign Tessa, they will. I was just going to say something about that. If she was to come in, I think that, that they could probably pull it off. But I just think that because right now, who do they promote? They promote those 4.
Right now, now they're pushing the 4 horsewomen.
Yes.
Because they are the 4 that are the most over. And right now, as you like to put up millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of times, they have a limited division right now because a lot of them are injured. And the way they have divided them up, it's ridiculous. SmackDown, I said this before, SmackDown during the Superstar Shakeup, SmackDown's women's division was stacked compared to Raw's. Raw's division was crap. Like, it was not good.
Kabuki Warriors they just started doing that, though. I mean, like, within the last, because
okay,
they could have been promoting that.
Alexa and Nikki, they're pushed. The Iconics were pushed for a while.
I think they should just put all the women, right now, all the women that they have, including the ones in NXT that are heavily used, move them all into one division, one show, and say, these are what we're going to use.
I just don't think it works. I don't know. For me personally, I like seeing all the superstars on the different shows, and then you can, like, really tell who the top superstar is, who they're putting all their, like...
But even with, like, Lacey and Nikki Cross, I know that they've put them into, the big matches, but they end up losing. And it seems like it's just the four horsewomen are the ones they just continue to rotate the belts through.
Yeah, because right now they're the most reliable and they're the most, like, over out of anybody in the division. And I understand you have to push other people in the division, but if they're not getting over, what are you supposed to do?
Well, you help them get over by putting them on TV.
Okay, well, if you're putting them on TV and they're still not getting over, i.e. Lacey Evans, when she first showed up, she was getting no reaction at all. So were they supposed to put the belt on her? And then they have a champion that means nothing?
Okay, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is if you're not going to keep pushing them, then it's not going to happen.
Like, they did keep pushing
Lacey Evans was brought up way too soon and was pushed way too soon.
I'm not saying she wasn't brought up way too soon because she was.
They have other wrestlers they could use to do.
She was brought up way too soon. But, like, I mean,
NXT right now.
You can't sit here and tell me that they should have put the belt on Lacey after she, like, fought for the title 4 different times and still wasn't getting over.
Well, they weren't going to put it on her anyway.
They shouldn't have put it on her.
NXT right now has the best women's division in terms of wrestlers and the booking. I agree. I was streaming WoW on Twitter this past Saturday night. Yes, like I said Friday, they should bring up Candice and promote her. Again, going back to, I think they should just bring up all those NXT women and that are heavily used and have them be in the main roster and throw them all in together. We all know that Vince is bringing back the wildcard rule. Yeah, probably Friday. I'm expecting to see that Friday, the wildcard rule. And yes, definitely Shane. Lacey Evans was brought up way too soon. I think she's gotten better in the ring.
I like Lacey now. She's cool.
I thought she always had the mic skills and the promo ability. I just think that she had to have some work in the ring, and I think she's gotten better at that.
Me too. I used to hate her. I hated her guts. But yes, I like her now. Did. She's cool. No, but I don't know. I like seeing all the women on all the work with Natalya. Yeah, I agree. I just don't necessarily know if all of that needed to be on TV.
Yeah, I think Natalya helped. How you doing, Chaos? The show is an 80 brand. Everyone will be saying they loved it. Enjoyed the show. Don't know what Seth is doing. Still think he has gotten worse in promos.
I don't know if everybody would have loved it if it was AEW brand.
I think we're about to see Psycho Seth.
Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
I'll
talk about that in a bit.
We might be starting to see the Seth snapping.
Maybe. Like Bailey. Like a twig.
Yeah.
Lacey's still trash, sorry. Yeah, James, I know your opinion. No, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts on
That's coming from James, the unbiased observer.
I don't know. I just like seeing all the women on
Seth.
Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it. I think Seth is going to turn heel. And I don't know that it'll be like when he's facing The Fiend. I think it's going to all be because of The Fiend.
Probably, yeah.
He's going to become...
Dude, my head is disappearing.
He's going to become Ramblin'
Because I'm yellow. Do you see this?
Yes. They should do the WCW Cactus Jack angle where Seth goes missing. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm going yellow.
Yeah.
This is not cool. Sorry. Bouncing the camera for a second. So. Next. we get a Seth interview.
Speaking of Seth.
Backstage. He talks about burning down the Firefly Funhouse and says, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I found it, and I burned it down. And he then finds Humberto, who is standing by the side, and says, I heard you talking about me burning down the Firefly Funhouse. He said, sometimes you have to do things that aren't the most popular when you're the champion, but I admire your attitude. So, why don't you make your debut in a match against me next? Sound good? And he was like, yes. So, we get Humberto versus Seth next.
I'm not biased. The Simpsons. Seth, you're not you when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Better? No! Yeah, so, Humberto Carrillo versus Seth Rollins. Man, oh man, this was a great match. Great showing for Humberto Carrillo. He has one heck of a moonsault. Man, oh man. He, gets so high in the air, it's like, splat. Yeah. It was, excellent. And it's, different than, an Io Shirai moonsault or a Charlotte Flair moonsault. Or Lacey Evans moonsault. It's he's got his, different, spin on it.
He's a guy.
I know, and I get that.
Just saying.
But, it's he gets higher in the air than all of them, which is so weird.
He's going to burn it to the ground, and then from the ashes comes Liv Morgan.
I don't know, man.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? He burns it down, and then all of a sudden you see rising up.
He goes to the stars. Pretty much. It's
Yeah, he does.
It's an excellent moonsault, though. He's I don't even know, none of the women, do their moonsaults like he does.
No.
It's a legit, Io's is short and tight on purpose. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Which is, really cool to see everybody's, how they moonsault.
Yeah.
Because so many of them do it, but they all have, their different style in which they do so. Which is kind of cool.
I hate stupid Funhouse. Carrillo had a good showing last night. Not like a star performance or anything, but good show nonetheless. I think one of the things is
he got out there.
Yeah, being out there it's the first time he's been on, isn't it?
Yes, this was his debut.
Live?
Yeah, this was his debut on Raw.
So I think that probably played into, some of the things, but I didn't think it was bad.
I thought it was good. I really liked it. I hope he goes places. I think he could go places.
I like the way they created the little storyline to create the match.
Mm-hmm, where he kind of called out. He took a shot at Seth during this thing, and then they kind of set it up later. I did think that was cool too. So Seth ultimately gets the win, and I thought it was good. Seth then, after the match, starts to walk away, and then he decides he's going to turn around and come back to the ring, and I was like, oh, Sethy boy, what are you going to do? What you going to do, bro? And he ended up just shaking his hand.
Yeah.
But he had that look in his eye I might beat you up today. I might just do it. And then he didn't, so.
Yeah.
Darn. So, yeah, I think Seth is probably going to snap. It's going to be kind of like Bayley.
No, I think it's going to be worse than Bayley.
I agree. I think it's going to be worse than Bayley, but I think, he's going to, just snap.
Good to have you back, Life of John.
What's up? Seth's expressions during this match were great.
Yeah, and that's why, when people criticize Seth, I thought, I think that
we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that too.
Is starting to. I think we're going to see a heel Seth.
I think it could be fun.
I think that it's coming. I think he's going to snap, and then we're going to see heel Seth. Just a prediction.
Maybe it's a spoiler. Are you Paul Heyman?
No, but I've been saying heel Seth since since what they did with him at Hell in a Cell.
Pretty much.
It was a major league performance. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Pretty
Definitely
much.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll kind of talk about that, Shane, in just a little bit. So we then get Truth, who attempts to win back the 24/7 belt, but he pins the wrong Singh brother. No, we have one more Raw.
Yeah.
I missed the Seth Evil laugh. I know. Okay, I just have a question. When he goes heel, is he going to bring back the blonde streak? No, he won't. He said in an interview that Vince won't let him do it.
Yeah.
Or somebody said he won't let him do it.
Yeah.
Because he said in an interview, in the said interview that happened where he talked about Kenny Omega, which we're going to talk about in a minute, he said that he asked if he could bring back the blonde streak for this past WrestleMania, and they were like, no. Sorry, Seth. You can't do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that would have been cool. The blonde streak. Come on. So, I thought it would have been cool. But, yeah, so, I don't know. Truth. Tries to win the 24/7 belt, but he's pins the wrong Singh brother. He then goes, so there are two of them. I'm not just seeing double.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. These segments are getting kind of worse and worse.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. Just the way they're, I don't know.
They're getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they're pointless.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
To me, it seems pointless. How about you?
Yeah, just a bit. At this point, they've lost Carmella, and it kind of just sucks now.
Well, and I think that's one of the big things is...
They split up Truth and Mella, and I don't think that was the best decision.
The whole title thing with the 24/7 title is kind of, goofy, if you ask me.
I liked it.
117 minutes for downloading is complete.
What did he say about Mr. Omega? Well, Life
We'll
of John, you just got to stick around to see. We're almost done with the show. And then we're going to talk about some news.
Yes.
Some fun news.
Yeah.
Maybe some not so fun news. You don't know unless you stick around to find out. So, I advise you stick around to find out. Poor R-Truth is lost without Carmella. Agreed. And putting the belts on one of the Singh brothers, don't even know which one, was just kind of like, why? Don't get it. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. So then we get told that we are getting the Firefly Funhouse on Friday. Bray rebuilt it.
Yeah.
He rebuilt the Firefly Funhouse.
It is being rebuilt.
And he's going to have a show on Friday.
And he will have a show on Friday. So we will see, what they do.
Let's right into
Survivor Series news. LOL.
No. We don't have any news about Survivor Series, sorry.
No.
I'm not that good.
No.
I'm not like Brad Shepard where I find out all the information.
No.
I'm sorry.
So now the Funhouse is Jesus too.
I don't get all the insights.
From the ashes comes the Firefly Funhouse.
So
bigger and better.
After that,
with Jesus Rabbit.
Damn it, now I feel like a punk. So next we got OC versus Street Profits. OC comes out, gets on the mic, and asks who the third guy is, but we don't know. Then we get a recap of last week where they got attacked. Then we get the match.
Did you guys notice the lack of reaction from the crowd when Kane choked out Sheldon? Yes.
Did anybody notice the lack of reaction through the whole show?
Does anybody care about Kane? Just a thought.
I don't. Anybody else?
I think I think the whole Kane thing is kind of turning people off. Seth is going to waddle his way there to burn it again. And that's when Liv is going to come up.
That's when cross-promotion is dead. If Seth shows up on the show on Friday, it's over.
Yes, I agree, Shane.
The crowd was terrible.
It was not a good crowd.
It was not good. And yes, Kane will be good.
The issue I have with him, and I know you haven't seen our shows or...
Recently.
Yeah.
Maybe you have.
Maybe you went back and watched him. I doubt it, but hey, the issue I have with Kane is the fact that you have a lot of other wrestlers within the company, and you just bring this guy from the outside and bring him in to do this big thing with Brock Lesnar, and I just think that's I think it's kind of stabbing the people within your company and saying, hey, you guys aren't good enough to put on a show for us, so we're going to bring someone in from the outside.
Yeah.
So
I just don't like it. I go back and watch your episodes.
Thanks, Life of John.
Thanks, man. Ratings, my friend.
I get the ratings, but I'm going to be honest.
I think. To say this, man. Okay. No. I have something to say.
Look out.
I have something
to
say.
Hang
okay,
on.
it's about Mr. Brock Lesnar. Okay, I know we've had some people who have said, "Hey, Brock Lesnar is the reason that ratings go up." Well, guess what, homies? The last 2 weeks, Brock Lesnar might have been on the first show, and ratings might have been great and excellent. The second week, Brock was there. Okay, sure, but ratings were down from the first week. Brock wasn't there. Brock was there. I don't even know what I'm saying. Brock was there, and ratings went down anyways. Wait a minute. You're telling me Brock Lesnar isn't the reason that ratings go up? You're joking me, man. What have I been saying for forever? Brock Lesnar is not the reason ratings are good.
Good thing Maven didn't have boogers hanging from her nose.
Okay, stop. Brock Lesnar is not the reason that ratings are good. Okay? He's not the reason. And it's like proven facts. Okay? Ratings were excellent on the first show. Why do you think that was? Because The Rock was there. Okay? The Rock drew in people. Okay? That's the first reason. You can't have The Rock on every show, so ratings from here on out are just gonna suck. Apparently, because we don't have The Rock. So, then, next week, Brock Lesnar, he's there. But ratings still suck. And it was a debut episode.
Yes.
Ratings still suck, though, when Brock Lesnar's there. He doesn't raise the ratings, like, at all. So, what? I don't understand how people can, actually sit here and say, Brock Lesnar's the reason that ratings go up. Because it's, proven facts that he's not.
Yeah, I don't think they go up when he's there.
Like,
go check
it
out
makes
Kane
no
tackling Brock on YouTube.
Sense. Okay, views on YouTube, that's different. It might have lots of views, but, ratings on the shows themselves, it doesn't mean anything when Brock's there. Brock, so people don't like me. They lost 1.5 million in 2 weeks.
Yes. I don't like the whole idea behind the Kane thing. I think it hurts your business. Now, like I said, if they'd brought him in and built him up and did something with him that way, I could see more people being interested in it. But from what I've seen,
Shane, Brock is not the reason ratings go up. Sorry. When I'm right, in which I will be. Maven's always right. Hashtag.
UFC Championship on WWE Crown Jewel.
Whoopie-doo.
And it's a match where it's predetermined, and they're not really fighting.
So, woohoo!
Next week's going to be even worse, by the way. Talking about Kane. I have no doubt that he could potentially be a good wrestler. I just think that Kane needs to... I think they needed to bring him in.
Tonight, I'm not impressed. With this stupid, business. I'm not impressed. Now I understand it's not wrestling.
Yes, all three shows have lost views.
That wasn't a wrestling match, but I'm just not impressed. It was like Tyson Fury out there throwing punches where he was like, oh yeah, they're dropping like flies. I think it's two different things.
Well, again,
I could have gone out there and done
to watch his AAA matches. And we've heard that. I mean, it's one of those things that I think that the problem is it's like a lot of the other Lucha Libre wrestlers. I think that they come up here and it's the Americans are expecting, for the most part, different things to happen.
Shane's punches look more believable. And that's saying something. Because Shane has horrible punches.
I think that, you're working towards a different audience. Just watch NWA Power. Yes, watch NWA Power.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to say I'm going to, hate Kane. But, right now, I'm not impressed and I don't really care. Because he's not WWE. He's not from WWE.
Yes, they lost viewers, and are they still the number one wrestling show? Yeah. Well, they should
are,
be.
But a lot of people take into account the fact that they lose viewers week to week.
Tyson Fury punches were like a kid trying to hit a
Killed
piñata.
it. Pretty much. They weren't good.
No.
Which is why people who don't do wrestling should not be there.
Yeah, I think it makes
if
it
you
tough.
can't make it believable and, like, if we can legit sit here and go, oh, yeah, you just did this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, got his face. Missed him. Missed him. Like, if we can sit here and say that, then you should not be there.
Yeah, well,
And that's kind of the feeling I got from...
When Maven, like, messes up here one time and misses and, like, hits me for real.
That's the feeling I got from Kane tonight. It was like, they were like, they made contact with the guy. They just didn't look believable.
I had no idea Sheldon and Brock were friends.
Like, I don't know.
I think they were like he's the one that was a roommate.
Roommates at college.
Yes, they were roommates in college.
Minnesota or whatever.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Michigan, one of the two.
Sheldon used to train with Brock. Yeah, I think they were roommates too.
Yeah, they were.
Yes. So I think that's where
But like I don't know, man. I'm just not impressed with Kane. At this point, I'm just not.
Give him time, you give Brock time. Why not Kane?
Sorry, what?
Again, I think...
I gave Brock time? When I never gave Brock the time of day. Okay? I still don't give Brock the time of day. I don't like the guy. I will never give him the benefit of the doubt for anything because he doesn't care about the company. And he's just like, hey, I'm here to get my paycheck and that's it. He doesn't care. Like, at all. So, Tyson Fury was so strong he did not have to punch security. Pretty much.
Brock's a Hall of Famer. Don't be so cruel.
Yeah, Hall of Famer in what world? Not mine. So, I don't know. I'm never.
She loves Brock.
No, oh, totally.
Okay, so
his name is Brick. Sorry, Brick.
She loves Brick.
Brick Lesnar. I don't like him. And yeah, that's just where I stand. He doesn't care about the company.
Brock and Kane face to face Friday.
Anybody who can like seriously like be like, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar's my favorite. I'm like, sure about that?
Nah, she hates Brock.
I hate Brock. Like
with a passion.
With a passion. I don't like the guy. I have no respect for a guy who comes in here, doesn't.
Anyone tired of the Ray and Dominic Yes.
Yes. Do you like Tax? Like
Taz?
Oh, Taz? I don't really care for him very much. I mean, I know people are like, oh, he's a god. And I'm like, I don't really care much. Like, I don't care much.
She could do with or without Taz.
I don't really care much. Now, Tax, on the other hand, I don't like Tax either. Taz, no. I don't know. I don't like people that don't care about the company that they work for, who think it's cool for them to just, like, waltz in whenever they want to, pick up their paycheck, hold on to a championship for 95 years, when they have people out there that work their butts off 365 days a year to do what they, do, and then somebody just waltzes in and, like, gets handed a championship belt. Like, I just don't think it's cool.
No.
And I don't know how anybody has respect for him at all. Like, because he does not care.
No, he doesn't. I mean, I think it's well.
That's like the huge turnoff for me. Is
I
the
think
fact
that's the
that
big
he
thing.
Doesn't
is
care,
he doesn't show that he really cares.
And he just waltzes in.
I think that if he cared, he'd be there more often.
But he negotiated that, and he's a vet. I don't care what he is. If he has no respect for the freaking company, like, why are you there? Yeah, money. That's the only answer.
Yeah. You
were there for the money. You don't care about the fans. You don't care about the story that you're being used in. You don't care about... Okay, The Rock comes back, people go nuts. I get that, but The Rock cares. Brock doesn't. Brock doesn't care, and it's obvious that he doesn't care. And, like, I have no respect for a person who waltzes in, takes whatever he wants to, and waltzes out and leaves for 6 months. When there are people there that work their butts off who should be getting further in their careers than they are, but Brock Lesnar is here holding everybody down.
Well, the thing about The Rock and John Cena and all these other guys, if they were the champions...
They would be there.
Well, and if they weren't, then I'd be saying the same thing about them.
They don't care.
Well, I'd be saying that, okay, they shouldn't be champion, because if you're only going to show up...
every 6 months.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
I would just say that you shouldn't be there. If you're going to be the champion, you need to be there more. And I'm not saying you have to be there every week.
No, that's what I'm not saying either. But you need to be there more than twice a year.
I think you should be there twice a month at least. And obviously, in some cases, we don't see that.
You know, so I don't know. I just have no respect for the guy whatsoever. And anybody who does it just makes me crazy.
Montez Ford crown looks better than the Burger King Corbin Dollar Tree crown. Yes, definitely. Bring back Cena. No, I can't. I hate Brock too, but he's a legit Hall of Famer.
Cool.
I think that the one thing about him is he's I don't know.
I just don't care. I have no respect for him. I don't like the guy. No respect. He has no respect for the company. So I hate him.
That's the big issue. Is just the fact that he's not concerned about anything other than himself, which is pretty obvious.
So I don't care.
So then we have
Street Profits. OC. OC gets on the mic, asks who the third guy is. We get a recap of last week. To be fair, he does put good matches in pay-per-views, so saying he doesn't work his butt off is a bit harsh. Okay, so if he, we can sit here and say he has good matches at pay-per-views. But, you know, he's never there. So that just kind of overshadows the fact, for me personally, that he had one good match at a pay-per-view that he showed up for, you know, once.
So once a month or once every 2 months?
Sometimes longer than that. Depends on, you know, if he wants to defend it only the big four or a couple in between there. I don't care. That doesn't mean anything to me. One good match does not make up for the fact that he is never there and that he does not care about the company.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a difference for me. So, yeah, I'm going to sit here and say he doesn't work his butt off at all.
Best shooting star press ever. I have never seen Brock do anything instead of climbing a ladder. If I could get paid more to work less, I sure as hell would do it.
I don't know. I think, especially in the business that he's in, it's wrestling. You go out there, you perform for people. You should care. You should put some effort into it. And it doesn't seem like he does. So that just makes me hate him and not care and have no respect for him whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, he's good matches at pay-per-views because he only shows up to pay-per-views and the occasional Raw or SmackDown. Yeah, he's not there very often.
So, like, I don't know.
He comes to visit.
I just don't like it at all. And I have no respect for him. That's my 2 cents. So, yeah, OC, recap of last week. Match got started. I thought it was a decent match. I think the Street Profits got beat a lot. Like, they got beat up a lot, and then they kind of, like, got the upper hand. And then AJ tries to get involved, and the third man was Kevin Owens. And Street Profits get the win. Yeah. So.
Yep.
I think it was, like, okay. I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But I think it was okay.
Yeah,
I think it was a good debut match for them.
Well, I agree. I think it was a good debut match. I mean, it was definitely. I like the way they did it. Once they decided this wasn't going to be a 6-man tag, I like the way they did it.
I like the fact that they didn't really depend on that third guy being out there the whole time.
Well, in this way, they're setting up Kevin Owens and.
Well, maybe they're going to do Kevin Owens and Street Profits versus OC to begin with, and then do like a standalone Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles.
I wanted John Morrison to show up. KO is cool though. Yeah. What is up with false advertising lately? Like, as far as what, export?
Like, the fact that they were advertising the 6-man tag.
Oh, yeah,
match.
they do that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't expect matches now that, you know, when they say something's going to happen, don't expect it. It may change right before the match.
He beat poor Kofi in 5 seconds. Yeah, and then Kofi was never heard from again. So.
Yeah, and Kofi seems to be okay with it.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, he's not too, you know, upset about it.
Now, guys, we got some news. So, first, here's our new thing. Doesn't look cool. So, news. New Japan, I saw today that New Japan is going to be coming. They're going to have a New Japan Pro Wrestling America.
Yes.
So, you didn't see him crushing his pancakes? No, I didn't. Kofi might be turning heel.
I did see that. I feel bad for the pancakes.
Oh, yeah, I saw New Japan Wrestling
Yes,
America.
they just reported this today.
So, are we going to watch it or no?
Like last night. That depends on what channel it's on. Well, I think Raw or SmackDown is coming to Fayetteville, North Carolina in December. I hope it's Raw because I can meet Becky.
Cool.
We actually have Raw I think it's Raw, in December, close to where we live.
Yeah.
Question mark guy will always play with my emotions.
Question mark guy.
Yes.
Can he be like
when question mark guy shows up?
Can somebody make that a character?
You know things are going to
happen.
happen.
Question mark guy. Can that just be like a
yeah? I thought
character?
it was going to be on Access TV.
So yeah, we have this. This is cool. It's up there. It should be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be. It's something that with WWE, all the talk of NXT Japan.
AEW comes to Chicago in 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I believe you're right. With all the talk of WWE having was trying to get NXT Japan, and then to have this where New Japan Wrestling ends up saying that they're coming over here, and I think they're going to have. I think what I read was 13 matches or 13. Hey, what city is Survivor Series in?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Keep talking.
I think they're gonna have like 13 or 14 shows for 2019, and then they said they would double that next year. Yeah, I think that's for next year though, Shane. I think what I saw was 13 or 14 for this year, for the rest of this year, and then they'd have like 26, at least 26 next year.
Illinois. It's in Illinois.
So I think,
yeah, Chicago area.
They're kind of testing
Illinois.
the waters and seeing how things are going to go.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Thank you. You feel like a punk for not knowing that.
So yeah, here's the first, New Japan, America. Cool. So then the other thing was on Instagram today. Lana's voice is so annoying.
Yes, Lana's voice is annoying. I 100% agree now.
Randy Orton teases jump to AEW. So he put a post up on Instagram, and he tagged a whole bunch of people. I think Riddick Moss. Let me look. Riddick Moss, Elias, The Revival, somebody else. I don't even remember who. Let me look.
Will they have women? If not, I think I will pass. Are you talking about New Japan, James? I think they're planning on it'll be just like a New Japan show. So I would assume that they might have some women.
Randy Orton. Yeah, so he tagged The Revival, Luke Harper, Riddick Moss, Cody, Jericho, and Elias.
Yes, Kenny Omega used to be a New Japan
Wrestling. Jeez.
Yes.
You don't even know how to speak.
Sorry.
So Chris Jericho put a post underneath of it, and he said, "Send in a tape and some pics. I'll see what I can do." Wink. Orton trolling is anything new to BH. Every wrestling channel jumped on it. Yeah.
I think he's probably trolling, but just the fact that he tagged some people that are questionable in whether they're going to return after their contracts are up.
Yeah.
Was big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Orton's going to win anywhere, but I do think that the fact that he did tag those people that have had some issues with WWE recently, and the possibility that they are going to be leaving.
Yeah.
I think that was the interesting part.
Mm-hmm.
Revival are one of the tags.
Yep.
Yes.
I could totally see Revival.
Luke Harper was one.
Elias
was one.
Riddick Moss.
Yes.
From NXT.
Yes.
I could totally see Revival jumping. Just because of the fact that they have, not re-signed their contracts.
And they fell off the map.
Yeah, pretty much. So I could totally see Revival going.
Yeah, that wouldn't be shocked.
Just because, I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
Now we have more news, but it's not. We don't have the thing because he didn't get it set up. But,
sorry.
Chris Jericho. Not Chris Jericho. Reading the thing.
We didn't. Cody or Chris or Pac was. At this point, anything is possible. Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much. So, Seth and Kenny. It's been a topic of the last day or so. The Revival would be perfect for AEW. Kenny and Seth. So Seth was doing an interview thing somewhere in Texas with Becky over the weekend or today or yesterday. I don't even know which. But, he got a question about Kenny Omega, and he said something about, when Kenny Omega's done playing in the minor leagues, he can come over here and wrestle in front of millions and millions of people and see what that's like. And he can be the main event of WrestleMania, maybe, just maybe. And people on the internet jumped all over this. And I don't know, man. Kenny Omega did the exact same thing like a month or two ago with NXT.
I don't think it's been that long, has it?
Was it like maybe a month ago?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
At most.
But, like, Kenny Omega did the same thing, and people were, like, praising him for it. And then Seth Rollins turns around and says something when he gets asked a question about it, and he gets people jumping down his throat. I don't think that's cool.
No.
And it makes no sense.
No.
Like, he just said the same thing.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. Shocked. Hate for sale of hate.
Hate for the sake of hate.
Oh.
I'm assuming is what he was supposed to say. What is Seth talking about? He does wrestle in front of millions. They at least 1 million views every Wednesday.
Sake. Got you.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, it was just the fact that he was like, yeah, Kenny Omega. And once he's done wrestling in the minor leagues, he can come and, wrestle in front of
the one thing I don't
a bunch
like
of
is
people on a huge stage.
Like, they criticize Seth for it, but they were okay with Omega doing it.
Exactly. That's the issue I have with it.
Maven predicts position for Kenny is cool, Seth is not, period.
Well, I disagree. I like Seth better than Kenny, okay? I'm going to be one of those people. Or
it's one of those things where, okay, we'll let him get by with it because we think he's cool and we don't think the other guy's cool, so yes.
So, personally, if this were to go down, I would be on Team Seth. I am on Team Seth. I like Seth better. I just do. Sorry, Life of John, if that means we can't be friends. I'm sorry. But I like Seth better than Kenny. Kenny just doesn't really do much for me.
He needs to stay away from interviews and Twitter.
I don't think he needs to stay away from interviews and Twitter. I think people just, like, they're, like, they criticize him so much. Like, he couldn't, like, even be like, dude. He couldn't even, like, go outside and be like, oh, it's sunny out. People would be like, no, it's not, Seth. It's cloudy outside. Like, seriously. Like, he would get people to jump down his throat if he, like, was like, oh, it's sunny outside. Put up a tweet. It's sunny outside today, guys. Like he could legit put up a photo of a very cute cat, and he would still get hate. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand what the problem with Seth is.
Maven, you drinking silly juice again, or
I don't have a drink at all.
Brock versus Kenny. Who are you taking?
Kenny. Sorry. Kenny doesn't do anything for me, but I am not Brock.
Seth needs to be in Twitter. Might ask what makes Seth better than Kenny.
I just don't like Kenny Omega very much. I don't know. He doesn't really do anything for me. His in-ring style, I'm not a big fan of. I'm the one person in America that's like, I don't really like Kenny Omega. He just doesn't do much for me. I just don't, like, I don't know.
I think he's okay.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just not a huge Kenny Omega fan.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I mean, it's one of those things. I think their styles are a little bit different, so I think it just depends on what you like.
Seth is a
typical WWE poster boy, a WWE, yeah.
But he works for the company, so this is what I said before when he did it, he said things, wouldn't you want to have somebody be the face of your company that's going to stick up for it and say, hey, our company doesn't suck. We can do good things. We have done good things. And for all the people out there, like, that say we suck, screw you. Like, we don't suck.
Yeah.
We are good. Like, shouldn't you want to have somebody in your company that's going to do that?
You would think so.
And Seth is the only person that's gone out there and has said it.
Yeah.
Nobody else has. Maybe it's because nobody else has the guts to?
Maybe you're going to wake up one day and you'll regret saying those words. So Seth should just not respond to hate and be called a punk. Yeah, I'm cool with him talking. I don't have an issue with it. Or tell the truth because we see right through the BS.
I don't know, man. I just don't like Kenny Omega very much. And I don't know. I just don't think it's cool for everybody to jump down Seth's throat because he's out there just stating his opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, it's...
Especially when Kenny Omega did the same thing.
Yes.
And he gets praised for it, and Seth gets a crap ton of
trash
hate.
for it, yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
No.
I don't know. I just think people just hate Seth for the fun of it, and I don't understand it.
No, it doesn't.
I really don't understand what he ever did to get so much hate. Like, I mean, I understand he's made some stupid Twitter remarks, but, like, come on. BS like Omega saying Johnny Gargano was a dark match on AEW? Yeah. No way. No way Johnny Gargano is a dark match.
The funny thing is then Omega last week was a dark match on...
Exactly. That's the funny part.
AEW.
Like...
So...
It makes no sense. I just don't understand what Seth did to get all the hate. I get he said some stupid things about comparing money with somebody else, and that kind of started the whole thing, but I just don't understand it. He's the only person that stuck up and said, hey, I'm going to state my opinion and I defend my company like all these other people who are on their companies do, but yet you guys come after me because I'm doing what Will Ospreay's doing, and I'm doing what Kenny Omega's doing.
Like we see that the company is bad right now. His opinion is invalid because WWE is not good right now. Don't stick up for that BS. Tell the truth. I think the issue is, I think Seth is probably defending the wrestlers more than anything. The wrestlers go out, they do what they're told to do. Now, creative is totally different. And so I think that Seth is defending the wrestlers more than anything. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily the storylines, not necessarily what,
but the
how things are being told, but I think he's talking about the wrestling itself and the wrestlers that put themselves out there week in and week out. I think he's defending and talking about them more than he is the company.
Yeah. The company just happens to be there.
Yeah.
That's just the company that he's signed to.
Yeah.
He's signed with.
I mean, that's just kind of what the feeling I got with comments that are made.
If WWE is not good right now, which it ain't, which promotion is ahead of WWE?
There isn't one.
There isn't one. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's cool. Like, there are other people out there, like Kenny Omega and, like, Will Ospreay, and, like, other huge stars of all these different wrestling companies that aren't as big as WWE that are defending their company. Yes, they might be better than WWE, but they're out there defending their company. And Seth was just doing the exact same thing.
And, I mean, I just...
And I don't understand
when we talk about WWE not being good right now, yes, I agree that it's not good. I think the storylines aren't good. I think that's a huge issue. But I think that you look at a lot of other organizations that are out there, and some of them have some good storylines, but don't necessarily have the promotions or the wrestling ability to make it good. I think if WWE had some good storylines to go with it, I think it'd be excellent. Mm-hmm. Let me fix these problems. Just stick with your company instead of making problems like what they're doing. I agree. I think both of them, and it's both ways. It's not just with Seth. It's not just with Omega. I think they should just be talking about their company and what's going on.
Exactly.
And the thing is, as wrestling, people can hate WWE. People can hate AEW. The issue I have with is you have people that criticize, like AEW fans criticize WWE fans, WWE fans criticize AEW fans, and you have some people that like both and will watch both and will watch all, and they will criticize them, and I think that's like counterproductive to wrestling in itself.
If you could combine Impact with WWE and AEW, you would have a perfect promotion.
I agree. I think Velasquez just made a point to Shelton. I agree. No, I think it was all about making a point. I just wish they would have done it a little better with what they were doing.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I like the idea. I like the concept. I just wish they would have brought Velasquez in slower.
So, I don't know. I just don't understand all the hate Seth Rollins gets.
Elijah Jim Ross knows the truth. Chris Jericho is the best male wrestler in the world. Tessa Blanchard is the best female wrestler in the world. I'm listening to you guys. I'm watching Raw at the same time. Cool.
Cool. For me, New Japan Wrestling, but to each their own. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that all the different companies have different things to offer. I think all of them are just trying to do, like, they're just trying to defend their companies. And people don't want them to.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know.
And I haven't watched much of New Japan Wrestling. I've seen some of it.
You know, honestly,
but not a ton of
what
it.
do you want Seth to say? What do people want Seth to say, though? Like, he works for the company, and if he trashes them, he's going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So, like, do they want him to sit out there and be like, oh, yeah, WWE sucks?
Well, I don't think
Don't
there's a
work
choice.
for
You
them.
have to defend your company.
Exactly. He's signed to it, so what is he supposed to do?
Who won the Knockouts title at BFG? I would like to tell you, James, but I didn't pay much attention. Enough
Life of
attention
John,
to what I was
do you
watching.
know?
Yeah, Life of John. Tell us. Share your knowledge with us.
But I don't know. You know, he's simply not saying anything. I suppose, but then he's just like everybody else.
Then everybody calls him a wuss.
Exactly. So, like...
Becky, Tessa, and Jericho are the most over in the world. Yes, I agree. I don't want to...
I don't know.
We lost our stream there for a second. Are we still there? That was weird.
That was weird.
I
just think he's trying to defend his company. I think it's fine. I don't have an issue with it. I wish people wouldn't have such an issue with it. But they do.
I don't think you should, in public, I don't think you should talk about the issues or whether the company's good or bad. I think you should do that behind closed doors. Because if you start talking bad about your, like, what's happening, then I think that you're going to have issues with, like, morale and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think you have to keep that within company if things are not going good. I feel a Life of John rant coming if they say Becky is...
Becky is one of the most over people in the world. Life of John.
I will say...
Just stating facts.
I will say Tessa Blanchard.
Okay, she might be, but...
And I don't even watch...
They're both over.
Yeah, but I mean, well, the thing is we don't even watch that, and we know, like, how big she is.
Well, I know how big she was before.
Well, I get that, but we don't watch it, and it's like she's...
I know, and I get it, and I know she's big, but Becky's huge, too. Shane knows what's up.
Yeah. I think that we are coming to the end.
I think so.
It's
late. I'm tired.
For those of you that are waiting for WWE 2K20 to finally finish downloading, the guy that is wrestling Seth, where was he drafted?
From
205
Live.
Yeah, he was on 205 Live.
And I'm not a Becky fan either. See, Shane knows what's up. Some people want Seth to
Humberto
be more
Carrillo.
edgy. Yes. So guys, I think
he's gonna be good. No.
I think we are.
I think he'll be a big star because he's young.
I think he's got a lot of potential.
Some people want Seth to be more edgy. I think Heel Seth would be, like, cool.
Evil Seth.
I
want
works.
evil Seth.
Yeah.
No,
We are going to take off.
Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow night. For those of you, I was never a big fan of Brock Lesnar. I always thought he was over.
Oh, Clark! I knew I liked
Clark
him.
showed up and, like, let us know. We'll be back on Wednesday with AEW. And...
Okay, here we go. She's over for stealing someone else's gimmick to save her career, and 2, stealing a catchphrase. Cool. Meanwhile, Tessa built an empire by herself. Forget Becky. Becky is good, but she's... Oh, great. Now we got to stay here.
He left us hanging. Life of John left us hanging.
Okay, whoa. She stole someone else's gimmick. Whose gimmick did she steal?
They all steal each other's gimmick. Good at where she couldn't cut it in AEW or Impact. Bruh. I think she'd be big in AEW.
I'm not letting Becky lose the title in Universe Mode. Indefinite. Becky's going to be the champion for all of life.
We'll be back tomorrow night, or Wednesday night, whatever night it is. Wednesday night with AEW
Stone Cold Steve Austin? I don't think she stole Stone Cold Steve Austin's gimmick.
I'm like losing my train of thought here.
I'm sorry. I'm arguing with John.
Back with Wednesday night with AEW and NXT. We will have a show
On Friday.
Definitely on Friday, but look for something coming out soon with our WWE 2K20.
Whatever. It is not Ric Flair's catchphrase. I will forever fight that.
WWE 2K. I think Ric Flair stole the Nature Boy from somebody.
Whoa,
so
tea! Spill the
I
tea.
think be looking for on Twitter for us to talk about when we're going to talk about WWE 2K20 and our new,
That whole not giving a damn and wanting to fight a Stone Cold
toy
Steve
to play
Austin.
with.
It might be
Predictions.
Man, but it's not Stone Cold Steve
Predictions? Are we talking about for the Saudi show there,
Yeah.
Elijah? I don't think we're going to do for predictions for the Saudi
Probably
show.
Monday of next week when we're talking about... No, it isn't. It's not Ric Flair's catchphrase. He said to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
That's right. He didn't say he was the man.
No. So it's totally different.
Totally different.
And him wanting to, do the thing.
Seth says Unbreakable Becky is... Unbreakable Becky is... Period. Good night, everybody. We will see you on Wednesday, and we'll let you know when we're going to do...
John.
We will let you know when we're going to do
Anyone who
WWE
defends
2K.
Becky, we're not friends
We
anymore.
are out of here. See you guys on Wednesday.
Peace out.
Peace out.